Hey everyone, this is Kenji from Riichi Mahjong Central, back with another episode of Riichi Mahjong Monthly. Okay, welcome back and let's get right to it. First, let's cover some of the tournaments that went on last month. First one is the Greater Cincinnati Riichi Open. That's the one that we went to. If you haven't checked out the video, go ahead and click right there. Congrats once again to Logan for winning such a close game, and congrats to Chris and Spencer for hosting such a wonderful event. It was the first time for them hosting an event. I'm looking forward to next year's, looking for more to come in the future. Congrats once again. Okay, next is the 2020 Seattle Riichi Open. Again, click there for details in the video. Congrats to Rachel for the win. I don't think Seattle hosted one last year in 2019, but Rachel also won the 2018, so it's kind of back-to-back wins for her. Congrats once again. The weather was great. There wasn't any rain for the most part, except for one time early in the morning. Saw a lot of familiar faces. Saw some new faces as well. It's always great to connect with some familiar Mahjong faces. And cross our fingers, hopefully they'll do one next year, and hope to see some of you guys there as well. Okay, so next is the one that unfortunately we weren't able to go to because it was held on the same day as the Greater Cincinnati Riichi Open. The next one is the Philly tournament. So the Philly Riichi Mahjong Club hosted their first one ever. Congrats to the winner. Because I wasn't there, I'm not going to spend too much time mentioning that because Riichi Reporter did a coverage there. Links down below, so go ahead and click that. Some of the pictures are there. It seems like they had a lot of good little trinkets for the participants. And next year, hopefully we'll be able to go to that one, as long as it doesn't, collide with any schedules. So stuff to look forward to next year. Okay, so that's pretty much it for what happened last month. But this month, I think it was this week. It's by the time you guys are seeing this, it's probably done already. But the Rochester team has hosted another tournament. From some of the pictures that I've seen, it seems like there was a lot of people. The updates would probably be done on their website. I'll put a link down below. And if any other, individual blogs or websites would cover it, I'll add that link too. So, back-to-back months full of tournaments. I wish I could go to all of them. That was the initial plan. The initial plan was to go to as many tournaments as possible. meeting some of you guys, taking the videos and kind of spread what's going on here in the US. So we'll see what we could do next year. For this year, I'm gonna do my best to continue to go to all the tournaments. Some of the ones that are confirmed, I'll continue to show them to you guys here through this channel. Some of the last minute ones will be a little tough, but for the most part, we'll do our best. So stay tuned. Okay, so next is a new segment. We don't have an official title for it yet, so if you guys could come up with a great title, we'd like to use that. But in the meantime, we're gonna call this Share Your Yakuman. So the title pretty much is self-explanatory, you guessed it. So if you win a Yakuman during a tournament or your weekly meetups, or even online, send us a screenshot, send us a picture, let us know what Yaku, let us know how that came to be, how you won, and we like to share it to everyone. So first one, we have a couple. We'd like to congratulate Philip for winning his Suanko at the Greater Cincinnati Riichi Open. I was personally there, so I was able to experience that. So congrats. Also Claire on winning the Kokushi. That's the one that we weren't able to participate. That's the Philly tournament, but I caught it on Facebook, so congrats. And we have a submission. This one is online through Tenho. Congrats to Katie from the Oklahoma club. This one's pretty rare. She won a Chiho Chitoitsu, right? Is that possible? Obviously it is, but congrats to your first Yakuman, guys. Think from this point on, if you send us a Yakuman, preferably video it would be great, but it's hard to predict when you're gonna win a Yakuman. But if you do win one, send us an email, send us a message, contact us through comments, whatever method. Contact us. If you win a Yakuman, we'll send you a sticker. We'll send you the Riichi Mahjong Central Circle sticker or the Riichi Supreme sticker, whichever one. Links are down below. You can see some of the pictures there, but yeah, it's some of the promotional stickers that we have, and it's the least we could do to congratulate you guys. So again, Philip, Claire, and Katie, reach out to us. Let us know and what shipping address you guys want, and we'll go ahead and send you guys a sticker. Congrats once again. Okay, so aside from that, I think we mentioned in the last video, but we're gonna try and start incorporating new segments in this show. Mainly, for this one, we're gonna be focusing on strategy, Riichi strategies. There's several books out there. Ones in English are very rare. I'm pretty sure you guys read a couple of them that's out there. Most of them are in Japanese, but I know it's hard to get your hands on one that's one, and to read it and understand it, that's a different issue. So myself being bilingual, I took the liberty to contact the author. We can't really translate it and send it out there as printed material because copyrights and all that stuff, but I did get approval to put them in segments and videos. So the first one that we're gonna do is from G. Uzaku. This book here, if you guys could see, I'll add a link to their Amazon page. If you guys could read Japanese, well, go ahead and do that. But this one is studying the hai kouritsu, or tile efficiency is what they call it. He has several books out there, very informative, and this is his third one, I believe. I may be wrong. He has two of them. They're good sellers. Picked this one up on my last trip to Japan. This one is very, very easy to read. So we'll go ahead and do some of the coverage. Every episode that we have, we'll take a chapter and yeah, we'll try to share information. Okay, so Riichi Strategy. Here we go. Okay, so the first one is called the 5-block theory, or the 5-block method. Some of you guys may have heard of this already. It's pretty self-explanatory to a certain degree, because what you end up doing is you're breaking up your total hands into 5 blocks. And if you think about it, you're already making 5 blocks, right? So you're making 4 sets of 3s and a pair. So that's essentially 5 blocks. So the chapter is pretty much talking about how you can efficiently make these 5 blocks and progress towards to a win. Okay, so aside from that, pretty much we are breaking them into 5 blocks, except for the 2 yaku exceptions, right? And the 2 yakus that don't fall under the 5-block method would be the kokushi and the chi toitsu. So if you look at the tile that we have right here, you could see that it is a 2-so and an 8-so shabo, or a double weight. So whether the 2 comes out or the 8 comes out, one of them will become the triplet, the other would be the pair. So the next hand that you could see here, as you could see, if we break this up into so-called blocks, this one becomes 6 blocks. So it's kind of more than what we need, right? Because we need 5 blocks to complete a hand. 6 is a little too much. And in order to efficiently make this hand a winning hand, we're gonna have to shrink this down into 5. And how do we do that? So we're trying to break or get rid of one of the extra blocks that we have. And we're trying to discard the quote weakest block. And which one is weak? Which one is the weakest or the less efficient one in this hand for you? Some of you guys who've experienced this, of course, depending on what's already discarded, the answers might change, but based off of our current info, discarding the 8 and 9 pin is the answer, and you guys probably guessed it right. In the book, it says that discarding the 8 pin first is the quote correct answer, and we'll explain that in a future chapter, but for now, this is the basics. So go ahead and, if you guessed it right, that is correct. Discarding the 8 and 9 pin first is correct. Okay, so let's look at this next block. Right here, if we split this up into blocks, it'll be like so. And it's hard to determine, right? Which one is the quote weak block here? None of them stands out specifically. It's hard to determine, and based off of how some of you guys may be playing, the answers might differ. But for this specific hand, discarding the 4 pin is the correct answer. And why is that? Is to solidify the 2, 3, 4 sequence rather than keeping that. So discarding the 9 pin and aiming for Tangyao is of course also good, but if you draw the 8 pin, you're missing out on completing a triplet there. So thinking about that, the quote widest weight is what we're aiming for. So in this case, if you want to increase your tile efficiency, keeping that for now is a valid reason. Okay, so let's look at this next hand. If you notice, compared to the other ones that we've had, there is a red 5 in there. And you have 4 1-sos, so some might just say Khan, right? And just go ahead and call that. But then discard the 4 maybe. We've seen some people do that too. But let's also, based off of the 5 block theory, break this up in 5 blocks. So if you see the 4-so as a pair, then you could split it up and divide it into blocks like so. So obviously there's 6 blocks, and we would have to get rid of one of the blocks. And if you break it up into blocks correctly, if you will notice that if you discard the 4-so, if you con the 1-so and discard the 4-so, you won't have any more pairs. And whatever you draw next, you won't be in Tenpai. So you're kind of taking a step back. So if you want to increase your Tenpai path, I guess as they would say, path to Tenpai, the most efficient way to do this is pretty much discarding or breaking up the 4-5 or 7-8 or 6-7 double-sided pairs that you guys have there. So that's probably the right choice to do. Which one is the next question? Obviously because there's a red 5, you won't want to discard the red 5. So what would you discard? So it's suggested to discard the 7 and 8. And this is because, you're gonna have to need, there's a chance that you're gonna need 2 6-mons, right? If you keep the 4, 5, and 7, 8. And you're pretty much overlapping some of the required tiles. And we all know that there's only 4 of each tile. So if there is an overlap in a weight, in this specific case, 6, in Mahjong terms, or in this book, we call this Nido Uke. Okay, and Nido Uke literally means accepting it twice. In this case, we're talking about the 6-mon. So, it might be hard for us to drop a double-sided weight, but, if you think about it efficiently, and if you think about it this way, like what we said, this should speed up and kind of lead you towards a faster Tenpai. Okay, so again, this is the book that we're covering. We're gonna be doing this on a regular basis. If you guys want, we could spin this off as a separate playlist or separate video. But for the time being, we're gonna incorporate a little by little into the Riichi Mahjong Monthly series. So we covered the first 2 chapters or two sections of the 5 block method. We're gonna go ahead and do this. Next month, we'll also be doing the continuation of the 5 block theory, more in-depth stuff. But yes, we're gonna do that. Hopefully you liked it. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this month. It was a little short. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. We'll cover more stuff next month. We're gonna go over, I'm not gonna mention now. We'll mention it in the next one. But for this month's giveaway, we went to Seattle and we actually have this amazing hoodie from the Seattle Riichi Mahjong Club. It's a red on black hoodie. Regular material, has the white zippers here if you want that contrast. This was printed by Travis, so we have one here. If you want this, go ahead and send us an email. Please share, like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff for your chance to win this awesome hoodie. Once we draw the winner, we will contact the winner individually for the shipping address. And yeah, pretty much. So that's about it for this month. Hopefully you enjoyed it. We're gonna come up with a few more video series this year. We're still in the works, but we'll still continue on with the Riichi Mahjong Monthly news. So until then, see ya.